the geometry of self, relationship, and evolution. And those three things are intimately related right now. You kind of can't do one without the other well. You can't do one of those well without the other right now. You don't necessarily have to know the geometry, but I think it's very helpful because there's counsel that you can get in knowing the geometry. But you definitely need to be, what I'm finding is that right now, that where we are in time right now, it's so important to be doing the self-work, understanding what yourself actually is in relationship in this moment in time that is really a big moment in time, really. And it's changing, it's shifting, and that how to have right relationship with what's going on with yourself and other in this moment in time it's critical. It's critical. So what is right relationship, and how do you find it? How do you determine if you're in right relationship or not, Well, first relationship is you with you. And that's where to start. This is where you absolutely have the most information that you can actually interact with and somewhat rely upon as being trustworthy in, and that is whatever's going on in the self it's your terrain of the universe to work on. The physical reality is crucial. You can't forget that. It's because it's the storehouse. And it's really, really in the present moment. And it's so close. It's like so close to you. You can come. It's connected with the planet. This physicality that we're in is actually a manifestation out of Mother Earth. So coming into good, kind relationship with the self, right relationship with the self, that's a primary task. It's a very, very helpful thing to do it with yourself if you expect to have right relationship with beyond the self. The self in its most radiant, fully realized form is torus fields within torus fields within torus fields, and harmonically, sensitively interacting from self to the world and back. And the information is a balanced flow. And you are always, you're vertical. What's interesting about torus fields is that there is a north and a south in every torus field. That donut shape that's spinning and receiving information and information in all directions, in and out. And in and out and up and down, and it's like forward and back and spinning. Okay, but that sounds dizzying. So how do we orient ourselves in that? Well, fortunately, there is a north and a south. There's a vertical that goes axis through the center that along which multiple torus fields, like concentric torus fields, they anchor along that vertical axis at which you are at the center of. literally is how you are in the center of the universe, is at least from your point of view. It's not incorrect to say that you actually are at the center of the universe, but so is everything and everybody else. So in the geometry of the self, you do have a north-south vertical axis, very, very helpful. And that north-south axis also is your axis along which all the dimensions of yourself align. And so the more that you can kind of maintain some sensitivity to that north-south being balanced and vertical, the more comfortable you're going to be, the less energy you actually have to use to be supported, the more that you're in that vertical. Because through that vertical is your relationship with gravity, which is your relationship with the planet, and in a very visceral body-to-body way, body-to-planet way. And of course, through that vertical, from here to the planet, it's a jump in scale that may as well be from 1 to infinity, because the planetary scale is a way bigger scale than the scale of your little human body in your singular lifetime. Planetary scale is infinitely larger, and that also aligns you with the rest of the cosmos, because you can relax and let yourself trust gravity to hold you. Then you can allow that you can receive all the information that you can from here in this moment. But then there's a next moment, and there's different and more and different information to assimilate. So it's about being in relationship to the unknown. This is where we start to learn that. Even this is way unknown. And who we are is even unknown. It's like, it's so unknown. And yet we have this gift of actually being able to relax into it if you can. It's a very good thing to do. It's very supportive. It's very healing. Actually, it's from the relaxing into your very being that all healing actually occurs, because it's in your relationship to vertical that you get reoriented in scale through back onto the planet and into the cosmos that actually knows what it's doing and knows what health is. Yeah, so health, balanced in a larger field, able to maneuver, able to have range of motion, and able to grow and be able to assimilate new information in a way that you can dance and not be taken down, I've been saying recently that incarnation is, that this is a dojo, that this reality is a dojo. It's a place in which to practice the artistry of living, the life arts, the artistry of living. And the real practice, the black belt practice actually is relationship with humans or sentient beings. Yeah. And there are gradations there. I mean, God, being able to relate to humans is, it really is black belt material. It's like, oh my God. And if you think you know who other people are, you're probably gonna get thrown, like in any good martial art. Although we have to learn how to fall. So, Because we have to see where we've made assumptions, and that anywhere that we've made assumptions is a place where we've rigidified something in ourselves, and that we're no longer open to it being an unknown. So in the practice in the dojo of living, to find yourself in relationship to the unknown is the unknown is the worthy opponent. You are the worthy opponent to the unknown, and you're not an opponent. You're the dance partner. It's really the better. You ultimately you want to become a really good dance partner. That is able to move, just thrillingly with life as the partner. There may be some moves in relationship that it can be really fun to keep replaying and practicing and seeing how it could be done a little bit better, a little bit more gracefully. Maybe something could arise that you didn't actually know, where it could become inspired by something new. But if it just becomes a rote program, or if it becomes something that you have to do, and that's the only thing that you can do, where it has usurped your attention and your freedom from being able to open to something new and nourishing, creative, encouraging health, encouraging right relationship and delight in living. If it doesn't do that, if it's enslaving, that's the opposite actually. If it's, the other word I use is static. If it becomes something that is stuck and it's the only thing and you can't hear anything else anymore, like static in the radio, or and it becomes dull, and but you also feel stuck in it, that's enslaving. And that's what I'm calling static, as opposed to the ecstatic that is nourishing and utterly respectful and surprising and growing and dynamic, not enslaved. Yes, that's in the geometry of evolution part, is that we're moving from the static to the ecstatic. And I actually see it as like a realm, two parallel realms at which there is a portal that joins the two, and that we are in the portal. We are the portal, actually, where we can choose to be in a static realm, or we can choose to be in an ecstatic realm, and it's all about relationship. The portal is in you relating to whatever the reality is. Do I make it static, or do I allow it to be ecstatic? Do I agree to static programmings, and then or am I interested in ecstatic programmings? And of course, in the black belt, this is not a simple thing. This is not a simple thing to just think you would know. Am I in static programming, or am I in ecstatic possibility? Sometimes it's pretty clear. Often it's pretty clear. And lately, certain things have been making it a lot more clear. But to bring that back inside, because it's from here that you actually have the power to have a different relationship to what's happening in this moment, that can lead us more towards the ecstatic reality, and choose the ecstatic reality rather than the static one. How do you do that in relationship? That's the black belt dojo, is in relationship with others, particularly humans, because we're so wounded, God bless us, which makes for very contorted configurations of selves, the woundedness. Very, very, very contorted, and can really do a number to your configuration. And if you're in your vertical, if you're in your trust in gravity, and also in reception, which means you have to allow yourself to become more sensitive, to allow yourself to receive the information that's coming at you. Oh my God, like so much information from every direction. Internally, information is coming. Externally, information is coming. Multiple levels of stuff, realm after realm. I mean, we're just this amazing coordination point of perception of the universe from where you are. Which is different at every point, Self, relationship, and evolution. That's what that is. So